experience for me and those who were there, just to see how many people were there against ICE. And I've been saying, not to change the subject, guys, and I really appreciate everyone who's listening here. I think Texas Rogue, you mentioned you want to grab the mic. I did offer you the mic, so let's see. Um, Texas Rogue, you have the mic. You willing to talk? If you're available, jump in here. And Texas Rogue is a good friend here at online.
Is that working?
There you go. You got it now. Go ahead. What's up, Texas?
All right. Yeah. So I got my ongoing. Okay, this actually what's going on right now in my alley with all the drug traffic. This has exactly to do with ICE and SAPD. We don't need SAPD trying to babysit federal agents that have the authority to do everything they need to do in their power already. We only have one officer per 3,000 citizens when you take into account how many are on leave, how many are on sick leave, how many are in training, actually patrolling officers, not desk officers, not guys that are, sitting by or whatever doing paperwork. One per 3,000 citizens. That's the math. I can prove it. Anything on my timeline is all about San Antonio socialists, all about how the city of San Antonio is not properly taking care of the underserved communities. I love using their language, by the way, because I get to throw it in their face, just rub it in their face, because they don't do the things that they say they're going to do. And by them, I mean the Democrats, the progressives, the socialists, the leftists. The Democrat Party, if anybody was Democrat, and back in the day, I would have been considered a liberal. I would have been considered a liberal, but how can anybody in their right mind follow what's going on with these progressives that have taken over? How can anybody? How can any moderate Democrat handle what's going on? Yet the moderate Democrats are not policing their own. Now, everybody says, okay, the Republicans, they can't get their stuff together. There's conservatives can't get their stuff together. And it is very discouraging to see them fight. But the reality, that is the purity test that is required. It sucks because we cannot get together and force enough, because Democrats don't care who they get in power. They just need a puppet like Terry Castillo, District 5. That's my district. You want to know about District 5? You want to know about 78207, highest crime, highest drug crime, highest opioid deaths, and the lack of support we've had since they put Haven for Hope here 15 years ago, when the city decided to just do it without telling the residents that live here for 5 months. And then when questioned by the commissioner's zoning board, the city manager's office said, yeah, we messed up. And we have that video. It's on YouTube. These are not, number one, I never make claims. I never make claims, because claims can be defeated by truth. I only speak facts and truth, and I have all the sources. I literally come with receipts. Now, how can I do all this? I'm a data guy. I work in web, I work in tech. I've been doing it for 20 years. It's easy for people like me to look into the systems, find all this stuff. So, for example, what happened today, I was pointing out on Hernando's timeline. I got limited time here, but I'm going to try to do as much as I can. I was pointing out on his timeline. Go look at his timeline when he puts the first video for people that are showing up in front of the city council. Right there, within the first few seconds, is Graciela Sanchez, and that's prime Marxist number one in this city. She organized PSLSA. That's the tiny group of people that go, and you know what they do? They come to communities like mine. They're overtaking the West Side. They've pretty much overtaken it, because there's so much. There's so much. I'm gonna try. Terry Castillo used to work with Graciela Sanchez. Graciela Sanchez, on record, has signed Marxist notes, books, everything like that. These are real Marxists. It's long time ago. You can look this up. You just do Graciela I. Sanchez Marxist, and it'll come up in Google. You'll have your sources right there. I feel like fucking Alex Jones right now. But the reality is, because I've seen so much, and we have not had a chance to get this information boosted. We are being overtaken. Cattleman Square, that private development, has been blocked. It's being overtaken by San Antonio Housing Trust. Guess who's on San Antonio Housing Trust? Terry Castillo, McKee Rodriguez. These are DSA people. Guess who Galvan is? Galvan is DSA, out of Terry Castillo's office. Some of you guys may know this. That's good. Now, take a breath. I'm sorry. So much. I've been waiting for so long to get this stuff out there. So San Antonio Housing Trust, 5 sitting city council members are on it. There is not a single other city in the United States of America that has this power structure. And you all know why, because it's a consolidation of too much power. You cannot have city council that can influence the market in real estate. They can control the zoning, they can control the historic board, and they do, along with Graciela, who brings PSL SA to the historic board meetings, which I have an example of with the Rich Book. It's on GardendaleNA.com. That's on my profile. You'll find GardendaleNA.com. Go to like West Side News, and you'll see the story about the Rich Book, where the video from city council is there, where Graciela and her group literally lie. They literally lie about the value of the property, saying that they have no money, yet they get money from, here's the chain, Greg Casar down to Terry Castillo down to Esperanza Peace and Justice. Esperanza Peace and Justice, guess who created that? Graciela Sanchez. She only came into power when the LGBT community started getting big in the United States. Prior to that, nobody really cared. They kind of gave her, like, okay, here's a bone, whatever, right? But now that it's their time, she has consolidated so much power, and they've invaded city politics, and they're literally running the city, taking away private development, blocking it, buying it with San Antonio Housing Trust, which even Nuremberg's housing group, by the way, and this is noted by our own news, like, believe it or not, news here in San Antonio actually reported on this. Back in 2018, Nuremberg's housing team, which all leftists, all progressives, one of them is Lourdes, I can't remember her last name, but she's literally on, she's in Los Angeles right now as the head of housing over there, right?
Right.
I've got links to all this stuff. It's these progressives couldn't even stand the corruption that San Antonio Housing Trust was doing. That's how bad they are. And they're taking away from private development and taking it to the state. What is that? That's communism. When you remove the means of what the people can do and take it as your own in order to tell them what they can do, to allow them.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, dude. There's so much more, but that should be enough. That should
Well,
be enough.
well, there you go. Texas Road News. He's, by the way, he's a local San Antonian. Uh,
Absolutely. I live in 78207. I know exactly. I've been here. I've seen it. I'm a data guy. I don't care about anybody's feelings. I'm just telling you what is exactly happening and how we're losing our city to communists. My grandfather fought in Korea. We did not go over there. And he was Iron Rakassan's 187, jumped out of perfectly good planes to help those people to not be controlled by Marxists and communists back then. I
Amen.
have a history of holding the line.
Hold the line. We got to hold the line for Texas, my friend. As you can see, he's very passionate. Texas here, and but he knows his stuff, and we should probably compare notes one day and sit down and have coffee whenever you can, and so that maybe we could work together. We need more activists like yourself that's in the news, like myself. I'm a data guy. Like you, so that maybe we should collab together. That'd be great. And so those who just listen to Texas Rogue, very passionate about, and he knows his stuff. His property where he owns was unfortunately they put up a homeless center in his neighborhood, guys, where all these crazies live, in this shelter, and it's just terrible. It's very dangerous, and so his neighborhood has been taken over by these homeless people that do drugs and are criminals. So that's why he does what he does, and so he has a stake in this here. Um, so kudos to you, Texas Rogue. Um, and as we get back to the topic of immigration,